Peace, peace. Hope everybody can hear me. Um, Yesterday was a turning point. I realized in this matrix, in all the various parallel universes, and that's what each day is, a parallel universe. That's why certain people call you. That's why you'll see certain people on the street. That's why you'll see certain family members. Sometimes you don't see certain family members. You don't see certain people. You don't hear from certain people. Because each day is a parallel universe. Some days are sunny, some days are rainy, some days are cloudy, right? Gloomy. It's sunny, but then it's cool, so it feels like a fall day, but then some days feel like it's summertime. Some days feel like it's spring. Some days are cold. It feels like it's wintertime. So really, each day is a parallel universe. That's what I'm starting to realize now. Each day is a parallel universe. Yes, but yesterday was a turning point in this whole thing, in this matrix. And I'm realizing that the manipulation is falling. The I don't know. There was so much tough talk before. I don't really hear the tough talk anymore. I don't see the tough talk. um, yeah, but being out here in nature, man, it's beautiful, man. It's a chance to meditate, relax. Um, you get some sun, of course. Um, it's beautiful, man. Nature is beautiful. I wonder what the aspects of nature is like in the other dimensions. Come on. There's a lot of hawks back here too. A few hawk nests back here. And I was doing some reading last night, and I learned about the hawk people. They are also an hybrid race in the Inhumans. And I learned about the city that the Inhumans are on. So there are several races of people living on that city. Is it Atalia? Talon? Yeah, Talon. That's the name of the city, Talon. Several races. Bird people. There's a reptilian race. There's a horse-looking people race. Um, then you have the Inhumans, of course, that look human, but they're not. They're like a crossbreed of uh, Neanderthals and genetic mutated human beings. Um, and it's scary as it sounds, in the movie, or in the show or the comics, that they give their history about how they became what they became, um, and their descendants and everything. And then you have their current leadership, uh, is Black Bolt, um, his crazy brother, an insane brother named Maximus, and then he's married to his sister or his cousin, and her name is Medusa. Now, a name like Medusa, I'm thinking about the history of Medusa. It's not a kind history, man. I don't know. These comic book stuff is interesting. I figured out his name now. His name is Jack Kirby and Stan Lee. Either these guys had a very active imagination, or they're getting this history from somewhere. Because it's too much of a coincidence that a lot of this stuff lines up with the Anunnaki story. And past, present, and future is all entwined in one. What you see physically is happening spiritually. And even though it's somebody's imagination, that would mean that mutants exist. If we acknowledge that vampires and werewolves exist, right? Mutants exist. That means human beings with special abilities. Some that can manipulate matter, some that are very, very fast, some that are very, very strong, some that could use things with their minds, some that can move things with their minds, some that could manipulate others with their mind, control others with their mind. What was that, Professor X and Jean Grey and all that? So that means that the Phoenix Force is real. Who is carrying the Phoenix Force right now? It's a very dangerous person. I'm gonna share something with you guys on these YouTube streets that I've never shared, with a few people. So prior to this chaotic timeline we started going through, I want to say it started around 2020. All this craziness started. That's when I started to see that the people were being replaced and things like that, and I seen how people started changing, and then I started realizing that at one point I was literally surrounded. I was really around reptilians. That joint was that was scary. I'm not gonna lie to you, because the figures that were in my house, they looked human, but I can see the shadow of their wings and their tail. They look like in the movie is it Jupiter Ascending, or the movie with Jupiter, with the girl where she was really the sole heir of Earth. Those reptilian creatures those winged reptilian creatures that was chasing her and kidnapped her family. Those things were in my house, and that's not the first time I seen them. I seen them they were in my house in North Carolina. So these reptilians been following me around for a while, and I knew something was wrong, because I said that's where I was seeing those spaceships. That's when I started seeing UFOs, in North Carolina. And no, I wasn't on no drugs. I wasn't drunk. Wasn't drinking. None of that. Very, very sober. And seen them clear as day. And what we know as mind control, which the word mind control is government. The government has already admitted that UFOs are real, which they should have admitted this stuff a long time ago. All right. Since 1947, these guys have made a pact with these entities. If a country does not fall under the UN, they can come and colonize that land. Man, watch the movie Stargate Continuum. There's a lot of truth in that movie. They're breaking down a lot of science. All these different races you think are different races are different alien people. That's why everything just seems crazy on this planet. That's why none of them can get along. They always fighting and killing each other. Truth, facts, reality, non-fiction. But yeah, what I wanted to share was in this dream that I had around the time of this pandemic. And all of my dreams have always manifested. No lie. Everything that I've envisioned has happened. So in a dream, just like this, like in nature, I was walking up a hill, right? And there was a little boy on top of the hill, just before the top of the hill. And then it's like he was there in shock. Like he was traumatized, or he was like he was just like, I don't know. I want to say scared, but he was just like there, like in limbo, like looking. And I said, "Hey, are you all right?" He didn't say a word. He didn't look. All he did was point. Everybody likes to point, because I know you guys like to point. All right? And just like something out of a movie, I looked. And when I walked a little bit higher, on top of the hill, on the vast horizon, I seen a giant dragon. Black. With like a shiny black coat. But this was not no regular dragon. This dragon was the size of, like, I don't know, Olympia. A giant volcano. And he was spewing fire all over the planet. Truth, facts, reality, non-fiction. Then I wonder, when the good book says that, the rainbow symbol was the promise that God wouldn't destroy the world by water, but by fire. But nobody believes that anymore. People use certain things as symbols now. And it just dawned upon me, just looking at a few movies, and I don't know if it's purposely done, or Hollywood has always had this thing about talking about assholes and ass, even in animation, cartoons. There's always a reference to ass and assholes. What is it with the asshole thing? Like, that is where you deposit the waste that your body no longer needs, right? But then it is seen as an erotic area for your sexual organs. What is it about the ass that you guys are in love? Like, people know it as doo-doo, shit, like feces comes from there. What about that is romantic? What about that is sexy? What about that is arousing? To put yourself in a shitty situation. What you see physically is happening spiritually. Yeah, in the dream, man, there's a black dragon. Huge. So big everybody on the planet could see it. Okay? I don't know. We'll see. Because of greed and foolishness. Yeah, I took the G out, so we will see. Alright? We'll see if there's really a Trinity. I shouldn't even do that, because that looks like that foolishness I be doing. Anything like that. Oh, no, that's German. Maybe I should do it like that. Yeah. I wish you guys well, man. In this paradox. There was a shift, quote unquote, yesterday, or whatever yesterday was. Alright? galactic forces of good is a few light years away. I say. Y'all keep messing with my phone and YouTube and y'all hacking my phone and all this foolishness. As long as y'all been on this planet, I figured some of y'all will be super smart or got more intelligent. But I know that because of inbreeding and a lot of the drug use, a lot of you guys have eradicated your brain cells. So a lot of you guys are just impulsive. That's why murder is nothing to you guys, because you guys are gone, spiritually gone. You guys never had a soul. I was watching a movie yesterday. What was it called? Instrument of, what was it? The Mortal, what was it? Mortal Instrument, City of Bones. We're talking about angels and demons and this fight between werewolves and vampires. And in the movie, she said that vampires don't. No, she said that zombies don't exist. False. It's false. If you're walking around and you don't have a soul, you are a zombie. Truth, facts, reality, non-fiction. All right. One time. Nature. I can see the sky. See the sun?